And now, we have our Open Ecosystem Award.
Yeah, we had that also last year, and we were really proud of having it in our agenda. So again, this year we're going to have a winner, okay? We had between us our community voter, we voted, and this year's ecosystem Open Award, which celebrates a visionary who had significantly advanced the Greek technical tech ecosystem, embodying our mission to position Greece at the forefront of global tech innovation. And the winner is
Dimitrios
Tsingos. Let's welcome Dimitrios on stage.
Right.
Okay, so
you're
going to bear with us because you have a long biography. I don't know if they have done that before, having you on stage and reciting their biography, but we're going to do it because we want everyone to know what you have done, which is amazing. So Dimitrios Tsingos is a technology entrepreneur and the founder and CEO of Starttech Ventures. I think you all know them. A venture builder and pre-seed and seed investor headquartered in Athens. He's deeply focused on entrepreneurship, particularly on creating repeatable and capital-efficient growth models, incorporating methodologies like lean startup, customer development, agile, and design thinking. Dimitris also serves as the president of several of Starttech portfolio's companies, including Epignosis and Yodec. Yodec is also our platinum sponsor here today. A passionate advocate for entrepreneurship, Dimitris co-founded Greece's first formal angel investor group, the HIBAN, and has been an active agile investor since 2009. He served also on the board of directors of IBAN, European Business Angel Network, and was the president of Yes for Europe, representing the EU in the G20 Young Entrepreneurs Alliance. He also founded the Hellenic Startup Association and contributed to fostering Greece's startup ecosystem. And this is just half.
And I'll speak about a few more. Yeah, okay. A first round of applause. 2021. You honored your grandfather's memory by founding the Vasilios Tsingos Foundation. You're also a committed European federalist, co-authoring the Rome Manifesto and founding the movement Together for Europe, an early innovator from the 2000s, the first student startup while still an undergraduate, holds a computer science degree from University of Crete, which I fully love, and an MBA from Athens University of Economics and Business, and recipient of multiple honors. And outside of his professional pursuits, he's a passionate also about computer science, mathematics, philosophy, psychology, and a former judo athlete who now completes marathons and cycling races. The stage is yours. Thank you very much for the honor.
Thank you very much. Γεια σου, Open Conf. It's a really great pleasure to be with you today. First of all, I'd like to say that when I received those news, I was surprised, to be honest. But I consider it one of the greatest honors I have so far, especially because this is a prize from the community, which really means very much to me. And I would like to very warmly thank and congratulate the people behind Open Conf. It's a great success. Keep it up. It's inspiring what you guys do. Well done. So I was asked to have a brief presentation without slides. And then I had a look to the award given last year to an amazing human being, Professor Spinellis, who brought a suitcase. For a few seconds, I thought of bringing my suitcase, but then I changed my mind. And talking about awards and trying to think what has been driving me over those years, I have to share with you very honestly that I'm not in full agreement with a broadly accepted definition of success. In the United States, you are often asked how much you are worth, which I find I will call it funny, It's funny. And I don't know if any of you, for example, can reach to Elon Musk, but if they can, tell him that, this folk here in Athens thinks that he's not worth as much as a neurosurgeon. He's not worth as much as a teacher in the kindergarten. How much we are worth, the definition of success, it's something we must think and consider. So, also in the entrepreneurial world, there is a so frequent story, There is this guy, usually a man, coming from a rundown area, working too hard, taking a lot of risk, and guess what? They make it, they build a great fortune, and they are a role model. I mean, really, seriously? So boring. And not true. It's not true. Luck plays a great role. Momentum, reading the room, catching the wave plays a great role. And those who may not believe me, try to read an amazing book by Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, The Story of Success. It explains everything. So no, the usually told story is simply not true. So instead of sharing this story, and yes, I grew up in Aspropyrgos and I did all of these things, but I think I came to the conclusion it might be more interesting to talk about who and what I stand for. Then I will share a few reflections, and I will thank you again. So, who I stand for? Let me give some examples. I come from Aspropyrgos. Has any of you has heard of Aspropyrgos? There is a nice magazine by The Economist, 1843. Alexander Clapp, in 2017, wrote an article talking about Europe's heart of darkness. This is Aspropyrgos. The epicenter of organized crime in Greece, and not only. A lot of poverty. So think I stand for a young woman, 25 years old, who is hired to serve in the kindergarten in Neoktista, one of the most run-down areas in Aspropyrgos. She knows that those children, 5 years old, probably stand no chance. They are very poor, and in the age of 12 or 13, they will be very likely start their criminal career. But she still does the best she can, because perhaps there is one child in them that may make it. So I stand for this woman. Has any of you ever been in Serifos, or in Kythnos, or in a small Aegean island? We have this terminology in Greece, the agricultural doctor, the rural doctor, somebody who just got their degree with absolutely no experience, and they are sent in an island of 1,000 people at best in the winter to deal with an elderly population. Often so windy that you cannot make lifts with helicopter. And you are this doctor, 24 years old, a man or a woman, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m., they bring you like someone's grandfather with a heart attack. What do? You have no idea what you do. No telemedicine, nothing. I stand for this man. Then perhaps I stand with a young judge, who knows, in Ioannina or in Thessaloniki. There are those sensitive cases that everybody quits, and this case is brought to this young judge. And either because of ignorance or because of sense of duty, they go on and they do the research, they do the investigation. I stand for this judge. There is a young creator, somebody who wants to launch a company in Drama or in Ceres or in Kozani. And everybody tells them, are you crazy? Do you really mean it? At least you need to go to Athens, and you will never make it. But they try. I stand for this person. And I stand also for a so-called illegal immigrant, who knows, in Manolava, who is not paid for more than a year, and they threaten him that if he asks his salary, they will simply report him to the police. I stand for this person. As a new dad, I'm blessed with a daughter of 2.5 years old. I cannot refrain from saying that I also stand for the children of the war. The children in Gaza, the children in Beirut, the children in Ukraine, in Russia. I stand for those children who, because of our greed and ego, in the most sensitive period of their life, they face the ugliest phase of life. And please listen to me. It's time for a new, we must do what our parents and our grandparents did in the 70s. Listen to me. It's time for a new peace movement. Enough is enough with what's going on now. Tell your friends, it's time to stand up. We want peace. And entrepreneurs have a responsibility for that. And finally, I stand for everybody who does not obey to the stereotypes. And with everybody who wants to overthrow, change the status quo. I stand with the pioneers. In Greek, I would say with Icarus. With Icaros. You fly high, and your wings may melt, but still you try, for the sake of trying. We owe our progress to those people. So this is who I stand for. And I also stand for the fundamental human values. First of all, a Hellenic value is this amazing word of logos, so relevant to computer science and our profession, logos. Logos as knowledge and wisdom, knowledge as an arithmetic operator, as mathematics, logos as speech and word. And it's funny that now with generative AI, everybody understood the power of speech and the power of asking the right questions. But it has always been that. And of course, I am indeed a passionate European federalist. And I'm very inspired from the three values of our friends in France: freedom, equality, and brotherhood, solidarity. This is what we need in order to go forward. This is what I stand for. This is who I stand for. And entrepreneurs are human beings who do not obey to stereotypes, break the stereotypes, and they change the status quo. And I invite you all to consider entrepreneurship, regardless if you launch a business or not. Some reflections. We started Virtual Trip, was Greece's first student startup, in September 2000 in Iraklio. And yes, we faced all that. A company by students, undergrad students. What is a startup exactly? You say that you seriously target the international market from Crete in 2000? Come on now. In those 24 years, the number one reflection is that nothing drives more than faith. Believe in what you are doing. But make sure that you are not alone. Make sure that it's a teamwork. I was blessed with 4 amazing co-founders, and I would like to thank them in public. Periklis Akritidis, Nikos Vendouras, Miltos Vasilakis, and Haralabos Gikas. For fellow students of the computer science departments, they gave birth to what we are today. By the way, that journey has resulted to 2 great scale-ups, Epignosis and Yodek, an amazing success story, Absorba Games, and who knows, many more may come. So yes, have faith and have the right people with you, people who share the same ideals and have the same faith. Another reflection is that you must always remember that we only live once. Remembering that each and every time helps to respect your own time, your most valuable resource, and to do the right thing. Just do the right thing. It's not always easy. Many times I did not do the right thing. Those are the learnings. And because of those very badly learned lessons, I tell you, do the right thing. It's always the right choice. Another reflection that may sound conservative, but trust me, read that book. Read books. Read. Read as much as you can. And then put your thoughts in order. How do we put our thoughts in order? By writing them down. Nothing compares to reading and writing. 25 years ago, I would say put them on paper. Okay, it's not paper anymore, but write them down. We have an initiative in Starttech, and we ask our employees, all of them, to read as many books as they can and to write as many posts as they can. And the reason is that because we think that is the best form of education. Put your thoughts down. That will help everything. For students, and for lifelong students, I would like to invite them to focus again on the fundamentals. Don't buy into the hype. Focus on the fundamentals. Focus on mathematics. Rediscover logic. Rediscover graph theory. We need all that. Read philosophy. Read poetry. Focus on the fundamentals. All the rest will follow very easily. How many identify as programmers here? Guys, sometimes code in VI, or Emacs, or something like that. I totally get all the trends. I totally get how amazing rapid development is. Try to avoid wordy software. Thliarologismiko, I would say in Greek. Try to understand what you are writing. Again, focus on the fundamentals. One of my mentors, Professor Georgakopoulos, recently told me that it would be so nice if we all knew Greek well. I say we know Greek. Well, perhaps not really. We are talking about creativity. He explained to me that in Greek, the word δημιουργία requires ergo for demos. So it has to be a collective effort, or it has to be an effort that concerns many. We used to say that an entrepreneurial journey can never be lonely. But look, it's just an etymology, δημιουργία. Let's learn Greek. By the way, generative AI in Greek, Professor Georgakopoulos suggests, and I support him as much as we can, αναπλαστική νοημοσύνη. It does not παράγει, it αναπλάθει. I don't know. Somebody who knows better English than me, let's put it, but I really think that's a very nice translation. Αναπλαστική νοημοσύνη. And of course, try to discover entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not limited to starting a company, and sometimes you may be the owner of a company and you are not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a coordinated group effort for the achievement of specific objectives under specific constraints. This is entrepreneurship. Discover entrepreneurship. You must do it in your life, and sometimes this process brings us to finding a true calling, meaning, and at the end, strange as it may sound, happiness, through doing something that matters. So I think each of us must try to discover entrepreneurship. A final piece of advice, I would suggest you to prefer working for products over services. And if possible, your own product. Perhaps life is too short to build someone else's product. Try to find your way to the market and try to really explore this amazing new market condition with, the internet and being able here from Athens to serve customers all over the globe. That may sound trivial to the younger ones. It was not trivial at all. But really, when I see startups launching in Athens and say, we shall test the waters with some first customers in Athens, I understand we have still a long way to go. your early adopters will be from your primary target market. Is it the US? Be it the US. Norway? Norway. Wherever they are, this is where early adopters must come from. Those have been a few of the reflections. I feel a lot of gratitude for being blessed over the years with amazing colleagues and for having met the most important people of my life throughout this journey. I still am a little bit surprised for this award, positively, but very humbled. And I can only promise that we shall keep trying in the future for the same ideas and for the same people that we stand for. And as many of you here are programmers, I would like to thank you, programmers, for making the world a better place, one line at a time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. One of the...
Amazing.
This is from us. Thank you very much.
I'm very honored.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
pleasure.
Congratulations.
I think it was one of the most inspiring talks I've ever heard.
Thank you
in
so
the last
much.
few years.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.